Hey everybody, it's Coin Snobz. I'm Keith,
And I'm Jason.
and we have another box of quarters. I've been getting different boxes from different banks. As you can see, this is a Garda armored car company. The other one we just did was
Is it Loomis?
Loomis.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just a little why they're different shapes, and these ones are actually those ones are flat packs. These ones are stacked. So, uh, here we go. Let's cut it open. See what we got. And we'll take a couple off the top here and flip them up. Obviously circulated because Garda doesn't typically get uncirculated coins. But we like the circulated because you can typically get more silver and
A little bit more interesting
Pairs.
things. Yep.
so that's our top row.
All right, cool. Yeah, if we have any more interesting enders, I'll film that as well. Otherwise, we will see you at the wrap up. Hey, everybody. Welcome back, and thanks for checking it out. First one we got here that we're going to scope out is a pretty decent mint state coin. It's got a little bit of struck through here on the bust. Nothing too exciting, nothing to write home about. But it is in really good shape. Especially considering it is a 2000. Not a bad looking coin. It's definitely not been in circulation for the past 19 years, that's for sure. So this was either pulled out of a roll and put back into circulation, or a mint set, or maybe somebody was holding on to it since they found it in a roller in their change, and then they decided, it's not really worth it, so we'll get rid of it. But we picked it up and we'll keep it because that's what we do. Sure, we've got a whole bunch of these, but I mean, again, this has kind of a cool background story. It's a 19-year-old coin, so why wouldn't we keep it if we find it in a roll? Okay, next thing we got here is another coin that is not so pretty. Philadelphia Strike State Quarter. This is what you would expect to find in circulation after, 19 years or longer. Really, even after a couple of years, these things get spent so much that this is not uncommon to find in 2015, 2016, 2017 quarter. And this one is a Delaware. But as you know, a 1999 Philadelphia Strike Delaware quarter could be a spitting horse, and this one is. This one's a later die state, so it's kind of hard to see the die crack, but there it is right there, coming from the horse's mouth to the left side of the E in Caesar Romney. So, it's a keeper. Like I said, older die state, so it's hard to tell because there's so much metal flow going away from it, but that right there is definitely not damage. That is a die crack, so we're going to say that's a spitting horse. And we're going to keep it. And then we have a 2008 Hawaii quarter. Again, not super pretty. About what you'd expect to find. This is something you'd find any day in your pocket change. Okay? But it is heavily struck through. Most of the In God We Trust is missing. A lot of detail here, and his ponytail is missing. Pretty much most of the first Allen dollar is gone. Almost all of the second Allen dollar is gone, and you can just kind of see like a shadow of the A and the R. And that is definitely struck through grease. Coming all the way up here to the A in America, the last A, I should say. But I mean, we and the S and the T are pretty much gone. And again, that's just from a mint worker that had to polish this die either from a clash or just to keep it working in making the coins, striking the coins. And after they polish it, well, I should say while they polish it, they use a polishing compound. It's kind of like a greasy polishing compound. And in that, if they don't completely clean it off, it will fill the die and it won't allow the metal to flow into the devices of the die. And then that's when you get the filled die, struck through grease. Same kind of concept. So there was some sort of a foreign material preventing this coin from being fully struck. And just judging by the way it looks, it has to be grease because it's so smooth. It could be struck through debris also. I mean, it could be, this one in particular isn't, but just talking about strike through errors, it could be struck through debris, pieces of metal. I've seen coins that have been struck through, a staple has gotten between the planchet and the die. There's been cloth. I know you guys have seen actual strikes where they've been struck through cloth, which is really cool looking and extremely rare, but they're out there. So anyways, that's struck through grease. And then we have a 1974 plain, so it's Philadelphia. Not a very pretty coin. Not bad for a 74, but not a beauty contest winner. But this is another one that is struck through grease. And again, this is denoted by all of this missing detail. You're missing most of the detail in tail feathers, all of these leaves here, some of the arrows and claws. And then if you kind of look to the left and to the right, you can see that there is still detail there. So that tells us that although this is definitely struck with a worn die, that at some point in polishing, there was still some of the compound on there, and it didn't allow the metal to flow all the way into the devices of the die. So again, struck through grease, just so you guys know what that is. Fairly common to find if you know what you're looking for, but again, we consider it an error, and it's what we like to collect, so that's what we do. Yeah, you can definitely see how worn this die is. All the way up through here. Just all of the metal flow is crazy. So they were definitely trying to get as much life out of this die as they possibly could. Alright. And then we got some silver. Got a 1952. Really cool looking gold tone on this coin. Not in fantastic shape, but I mean it is from 1952. So we'll forgive it. Reverse. And it is a San Francisco strike. Even cooler. Pretty decent amount of damage right there, unfortunately, but it's okay. It has found a forever home. Some damage up there, too. But, yeah. 1952 San Francisco strike. Pretty okay with that. And then this next one here, I was the one that found this one in a roll, and I almost overlooked it. This is one of the ugliest coins I have ever found. It looks like it must have been sitting in salt water for quite a while. It looks like it actually has sand that's attached itself to the surface of the coin. I mean, I saw this thing and I was kind of grossed out by it. I mean, it literally looks like there's sand stuck to it. It's weird. But yeah, getting ready to throw this thing across the room and be disgusted by it, and then I was able to make out the date, and it's silver. It's the last year of the silver quarter for circulation. It's 1964. And it is Hideous. It literally looks like there's sand attached to it. It had to have been found at a beach. And that right there, I don't even think that's probably not even lamination. That's probably just from salt water attacking it. I mean, this thing is nasty. But it's a 64, and it is a Denver. You can kind of see right there. Boom. But yeah, so there's that. We also found some 2009s. Found some District of Columbia, the Duke Ellington coins, which of course, as you guys know, should have that really, or hopefully would have that really cool double die towards the left side of the piano keys. None of ours did, unfortunately. Also found some other struck throughs. We found some Homestead, Snowy Roof, errors. A couple other mint states that were kind of cool, but, you know, nothing really super exciting. And, of course, some die cracks, but I'll spare you guys that. Just wanted to show you the more interesting ones, and certainly, of course, how much quote-unquote character this silver quarter has. Super interesting. I mean, like 10% of this thing I literally think is beach sand. I don't know. But anyways, guys, thanks for checking it out. Gonna conclude the video here for now. We'll see you guys in another couple of days, or sooner, of course. But until then, thanks for checking it out, guys. God bless. Love you all, and we will see you soon. Thanks.